How long will it take before you figure out that you know what to do already? You just gotta go through it. We want to keep stopping and thinking so much about what we're actually going through, not to realize that what we're going through is actually building us. So you have to be aware. Stop thinking negative thoughts about every single thing that you go through, that the world is against you, you doubting that you couldn't do it, this and that. Man, listen, you are gonna fail. And often those failures are gonna become successes somehow, but they might not correlate, they might not make sense to you or anything like that. But that's when you have to realize that there must be a bigger plan. There must be a bigger part in life that this is actually going to apply to. So yeah, it might not always correlate or make sense in the meantime while you're going through it, while it's in the present time. But we keep going through the motions thinking that we are going to make a comeback from something that we're just sitting down hoping that is going to happen. We think that if we keep going to the job that we don't like, that somehow there's going to be a position that's going to randomly or magically present itself to us as if it's going to be like, it's going to be given as falling onto your lap. But you cannot believe that. You can't be going around life thinking that's what's going to happen. You have to work hard. You have to be disciplined. You have to realize that it's going to take sacrifice after sacrifice after sacrifice in order to achieve more and more. You can't always bring what you have in the present time into your future. And you definitely know that you don't have as much as you did in the past. You had to let some things go. You had to let some people go. You had to let some situations go. You had to let some parts of yourself even go. Because the certain parts of ourselves are even weighing us down and holding us back and not letting us go past a certain point in life. But we have to sit there and think that, man, this part in life that is a season of just it might be painful, it might be traumatic, it might be the most difficult thing that you ever done in your life, but you don't even know what the most difficult thing is going to be in your life. You just think that because you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, even if you're in your 40s or whatever, that these parts of your life, that the times whenever you did go through hard times and then you did have good times after that. It's not that all hard times are especially hard every point in the day, all the time, 24/7. It's not even that. You have to be able to cherish even the good parts in that day, even the good parts in your life whenever times are hard. God is still blessing you through the hard times. God is still bringing you through the hard times. But the only thing that happens in hard times and how you can get out of them is right through it. Getting through it, marching through it, walking through it, however you got to get through it, whether you got to crawl, walk, whatever. Sometimes you might stand still. Sometimes you might get scared. Sometimes you might want to go back. But at some point in time, you have to realize that going back is going to be farther than you going forward. If you think about it, you can't go back in time. But if you were to go back in time to when you were 18 again, when you were 15 again, when you were 13 again, it would almost feel as if, man, if you were to still have to go through the same things that you were to go through in between that time you are and the age you are now, you might not want to go through it. Because yes, you might want to go through the youth again. Yes, you might want to go through the good times of being with your family or whoever you grew up with again. Those might be the good times, but then there were still those times whenever you have to go through those bad days. And maybe there wasn't always the best situation that you were in, or maybe you didn't always make the right decisions and you still had things that you went through, but you don't remember always the worst of things, but you remember the best that you made out of the worst. You remember what you did to come back from that bad situation. But it's whenever we are getting older and whenever we start to see that we might have more barriers to ourselves than what we do in the world. The barriers that are in the world are one thing, but it's the barriers that you start to stack on top of yourself each and every step of the way that's going to weigh you down. It's not the things that are in the world and in life that's going to weigh you down. It's the things that you bring within yourself and hold on to. That's what's going to hold you down in life. But you already know what to do. You already know what's holding you back. So what's stopping you from moving forward? What's stopping you from continuing to make the best decisions? What's stopping you from doing the right thing? And most times it's just you. But you have to see that. You have to realize that. You have to stop avoiding the hard decisions. Stop avoiding looking in the mirror and seeing who you really are and addressing that and making yourself better. And we have to stop delaying action. Stop procrastinating. Know that in life, If you want to do something in life, you just have to make an action. You just have to do it. Stop always thinking things through. You're going to figure out the investments. You're going to figure out the family. You're going to figure out the job. You're going to figure out where you're going to live. That's what you're going to figure out. But you have to figure out who you're going to be whenever times get hard. You have to figure out who you're going to be when times get to where you're getting tested over and over and over again. You have to figure out who you're going to be when your back is against the wall and there's no other option but for you to go through. Know that God loves you and God's going to carry you each and every step of the way, but you have to do the work. You have to toil, you have to fight, and you have to at times suffer in order for you to have that testimony, in order for you to come out unscathed through the fire, in order for you to become a diamond under the rock. Know that you are loved and blessed, and I appreciate you for tapping in with this video. Keep going, keep trying, keep working hard. Thanks for just even getting this far in the video, bro. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.